Welcome back, Quagram here, and welcome back to Behind the White Creepest. So, yeah, last episode, I constructed all these nice little domes and, Toro shapes around them. It was, long and tedious work, so, yeah. But yeah, I got it done. And between that episode and this one, I planted a few berry bushes, and yeah, I leveled all inside. So yeah, now I got some space to build in. Alright, so at this point, I'm not 100% sure what I'm going to construct first. So yeah. But the title of this video should spoil it, so we probably already got a clue of what I plan on building. I have already decided on keeping the Dome Suite something naming convention for this multi-episode project. So yeah, a couple of names for a few things I plan on making is Dome Suite Rest, Dome Suite Bed maybe, Dome Suite Bedroom, Dome Suite Shame for when I make the equivalent of the Wall of Shame. Yeah, as you might recall, up in my old house base. Yeah, up in the second floor I got the Wall of Shame. Might as well show you for reference. Yeah, this one. When I make the equivalent, that episode will be named Dome Suite Shame or something. I'm also going to need to make a smeltery pretty soon, so Dome Suite Hot Liquid? Dome Suite Smeltery? Yeah, anyways, I'm going to figure out the names when I'm finished. First off, I'm going to make some sort of separation between the different sections of the base. That's going to restrict our space quite a bit. However, I can expand. Right here is just solid rock, so I can just make some additional rooms in that direction. Same with this direction here. Gonna even make some tunnels other places. Only direction I can't really expand is right about here, because that's the river. In fact, if I were to dig out a couple of blocks here, yeah, here we go. So I'm going to need to do some construction there as well to make this seem a little bit less sudden. Because right now there's just one block thick wall. It's not really enough. However, in most directions I can expand, especially over here, where I'm making that farm area. So, yeah, got plenty of space to expand. As I'm thinking about it, one of the most obvious things I need to do is, these places under the large domes are going to be open spaces, parks or something. Maybe they're going to be so big that I can even put simple buildings in them. And have I used the wrong type of glass up there? I think that might be a distinct possibility. Yeah, I might need to investigate that. With the shaders on, it was difficult to see from the upside. And I was working into pretty late, so yeah, well. If there's something I can fix, then I will fix it between recordings. But yeah, yeah, to get things going, I'm going to smelt a lot of stone, and I'm going to start separating a few things. And I think I'm going to go for some sort of cave feeling for this front part of my base. I don't know, I just feel like a cave would be the most natural. Or something, I don't know. Either way, there's going to be a lot of grass. And I already got 2 patches here, so at least I won't need to fetch any more grass. That would be easy anyway, since I got this mattock with silk touch. It's even easy to repair, so. Alright. I'm not planning on doing much up here just yet. I might set up some more temporary food production, since right now I'm down to just some random fish I found and had in storage. But I'm going to have many different types of berries. So, say skyberry. Let's be jump high. Yeah, found some berries in Nether some time ago, so yeah, had them in storage. Some berry bushes. Yeah, decided to take them out and plant them there. I don't know, could come in useful. But I am going to shut up and find a place to set up a transition area, because I haven't done that in a while. Well, I tried last time, but I almost never do this anymore. So it's about time I do it. Let's see, I'll try to match up with this floating block of granite. I might need to move it, but I should be able to keep it for reference. Starting from here. Okay. Trying to stand at as much as center as possible, so. Alright, let's see something change here. In 3, 2, 1. Is the session started yet? And I am back. So as you can see, I now have a bit of a wall here separating these 2 parts of my base, which I suppose will come in useful. I'm going to continue working on this to make it a little bit more cavey, so making the stones stretch a bit up on the top of the corner here where it reaches the roof. Try to shape it a little bit. Try to make the edges here a bit more cave-like, so it looks like this is just one huge cave. That's the general idea I have. And yeah, looks pretty much like that on the other side here as well. So here I have started shaping a little bit because, well, due to this dome, this ring here, I just had to, or otherwise it would just go straight across the glass, which wouldn't really work. So yeah, I'm going to continue shaping this a little bit more, and then we'll see what I end up making. Maybe I'll just make some sort of park or grassland and call it a day. I'm not gonna be that lazy, am I? But yeah, there's one more thing I'd like to reveal and announce. For you see that I am currently in replay mode, even though I am not planning to make a time lapse of this. And that's because I figured out something. Actually, I had the idea on my mind for a little while, but just now that I actually tested it out and actually made something. So I may put this in this video at some point, or maybe not. But I made some test footage where I made a Reaper mod video where I just had marked up a few points of interest, and yeah, I managed to copy the keyframes from one time-lapse, from one replay recording to another. And the two I picked was the previous Reaper mod recording, which was me clearing out, flattening out almost all of this. I didn't record the last bit on the Reaper mod, so yeah. And I did one from before the project started, that is right before. Really giving a before and after effect from that. So, the idea is that I'm going to keep some key footage from when I do this. And when my entire base is complete, I'm gonna see if I can compile some interesting before and after shots of this, all with the same camera angles, the same movements of the camera, the same length, everything in sync, so I can just blend between them. So yeah, that's going to be interesting. Anyways, I'm going to reuse this same transition spot, and I'm going to try to make this place a little bit more cavey, if that's even a word. Cavey. Yeah. Alright. See you in a few. And I am back. So, yeah. Here we go. We have one half of this, half of the base all caved up, I'd say. And the other half is unfinished, I mean, not even touched. So you see the contrast there. And completely untouched and completely done. Yeah. So, let me go over the plans for this. First off, I decided to, after all, just limit this episode to just the construction of the cave, maybe a little bit park work, and then discussing future plans, because I'm not sure if you're aware, but I lost my 1 week buffer when I messed up the production of my journal episodes. So yeah, I need to rebuild that buffer. Oh, forgot to turn off my speakers. Might have been a slight echo there. Alright, so let's go over this. First off, we're going to have to remove the transition area, because right here I'm thinking of creating some sort of hill. And inside this hill I am planning on building the cave or tunnel of shame. Yeah, to replace the wall up there. So yeah, gonna place this right about. So what? Right, that might be too close. Here. And here, yeah, that'll work. Now I have a transition area. Okay, and in case you're wondering why the floor is reflective, it's raining. which is an interesting bug in the shader here. The shader thinks the floor is supposed to be wet because it's raining, but there's glass which is transparent, which means the shader uses the fact that there's possibility of sunlight there, access to the open sky. So it's a bit weird. Just how it is. And on the other side here, I have much more finished the construction. So I think this blends a lot better in with the openings here. Maybe because they are much smaller. I think that's what made it much easier. So yeah, I think this worked out pretty well. And still you can see the effect with the shader, thinking this area is wet. Yeah, it's funny. Yeah, and I think I blended in it. I think I managed to blend it in pretty well, but yeah, I decided to keep the farm area just barred off. So I should make some sort of entrance here, a door or something, to access the farm, which is going to be pretty straightforward using all the space available. And I'm thinking having maybe 3 floors to it. Yeah, I should be able to divide this floor in 2, so 3. That should do it. Well, let me check. 1, 2, 3. That's a safe height. Ending in 2 here, and I get 1, 2, 3. Yep, it's safe to divide this room here in 2 floors. So yeah, 3 floors it is. Also, I'm planning on making a spiral staircase here in the center. It's a good centerpiece, I think. Right. Thinking about what things I need to build. Let's see. I should build a foundry in one of these 2 rooms here, if you could call them that. I mean, there is a divide here, but yeah. I am going to need a storeroom, so maybe one of these is going to have some storage. I'm not quite sure. Or maybe I can make a mine access into one of these, some combined storage and transport system, and having the foundry right next by. Yeah, that would be a good combination, I think. Yeah. And of course, the wall here, if you didn't notice in the previous clip, it's hollow, which yeah, just in case I want to construct some hidden passageway or something. But yeah, it's time to get on with the rest of the construction. And I need to plug in my refrigerator again, since I managed to forget about that. So it's been off for well over an hour. Right. Oh, the things I sacrificed for peace and quiet. Alright, I will see you in a few moments. And I am back. Alright, so let's have a look. So I made this, well, guess you could call it a hill or an incline or something. Yeah. I made this. Some height for this. Yeah. I'm a bit sleepy right now, so yeah, it's difficult to find the correct words. But yeah, I made this, so yeah, I'm planning on building the tunnel of shame below. Yeah, okay, I'm going to construct this in a later episode, maybe the next one, I've decided. But yeah, made some basic plans. Gonna spend, let's see what will be, yeah, a space of 4 times 4 for each depth. That's the space I'm gonna give it. So hopefully I will never fill the room. But it gives me space for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10. Yeah. That means I can die as much as 10 times on this server before I need to expand the tunnel of shame. Yeah. So I died 2 times so far. One before the death counter was added, so yeah, that would be interesting to add in. So yeah, made some easy access to this tunnel here. So yeah, there's an entrance on either side. Yeah, added the support pillars, so things look a little bit more yeah, sturdy right now. I think these might be a little bit out of place, but I guess it works. Right. So with that, what is left to do? Yeah, the thing that's left to do right now is to create the entrance, at least in a rough way, and to add some proper grass. So yeah, I think I'm going to fill up to this layer. Yeah, I'm just gonna add a layer above mostly everything and just add some dirt and let the grass spread. So yeah, that's the plan. So we'll see how that goes. It should look a little bit more yeah, green. Right, so that's the 2 things that are left to do. Add some grass and add an entrance. So we'll see how that goes. I'm going to reuse this transition area, so yeah, don't see anything wrong with that. Alright, so when I return in a few moments, everything should look a little bit more green. So much green. So much green. So yeah, I'm done putting grass everywhere. So yeah, I might trim the grass a little bit as I devote this place later, but yeah, I'm done for now. So yeah, not quite sure exactly what I'm gonna put there later, but I am going to need some access to the upper floor, so I'm thinking of putting a staircase right here and yeah, maybe make it some sort of support to get up there. Yeah, that's one idea. So yeah, just for sake of symmetry, if I do make some sort of staircase upwards, the same would be built here. So there's that. And yeah, here's the entrance I constructed. It's rather simple, but it works. So yeah, I considered making some complicated construction with some mob-proof entrance and yeah, just seem to be too much for right now. So I might go into that later, but not right now. So for now it's just an open entrance. So yeah. So mobs might still be able to pathfind their way, yeah, inside. But yeah, there won't be any huge swarm of them. So that means any mob I would encounter in here would probably have to spawn here. And since this is a constricted area, I think I can control that. But yeah, so that's it for this episode. Let's see, yeah. So please please give a like, and if you haven't already, please subscribe. And if you have any comments or criticism, well, the comment section is right below. So yeah, please go crazy down there. Just not too crazy. Well, considering how little comments I had recently, that is only spam bots, please do go crazy. Right. Well, that's it. So see you next week. Kvagram out.